After 3 days of continuous rain, the entire hillside behind the small village collapsed with a terrifying roar. The earth and rocks buried everything. The old wooden house where Mr. Lamb lived alone vanished in just a few seconds. People rushed over, calling his name, trying to dig him out, but all their efforts were in vain. Amidst the chaotic mud, only one creature refused to stop. That was Mr. Lamb's old golden dog. It lunged towards the rubble, frantically clawing with its front paws. The landslide soil was as hard as rock, its foundation was broken, and blood was beginning to stain the mud red. People tried to pull it out, but it immediately turned back. They tied it up, and it howled. A howl unlike that of a dog, but more like the choked cry of a creature losing its whole world. It doesn't understand what landslide is. It doesn't understand what death is. It knew only one thing. Its master was down there. Night fell. The rain started again. The villagers had to leave because it was too dangerous. But the dog was different. It lay flat on the ground, its nose pressed tightly against the mud, breathing heavily, shivering from cold and exhaustion. Every time it heard the sound of falling earth or rocks, no matter how small, it would jump up and continue digging, even though its legs were no longer steady. On Monday morning, when everyone returned, the dog was still there. Its front paws were swollen and torn, but as soon as it heard someone call Mr. Lamb's name, it scratched even harder. It was as if it believed that if it just tried a little harder, its owner would respond. By noon, it collapsed from exhaustion, but its nose was still pointing towards the pile of earth. That afternoon, the rescue team found Mr. Lamb's hand. It was less than a meter from where the dog had dug. When his body was brought out, the dog tried to crawl over and gently lick his cold hand. This time, it didn't bark or howl. It just trembled, then lay close beside him, its head resting on his hand, as it had done for the past 10 years. That night, the dog didn't make it. They said it died of exhaustion. But those who witnessed this story understood that it had used everything it had, its strength, its loyalty, and even its life, to try and keep the only person who had ever given it a home. If you were also moved by this story, please leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to share more meaningful stories with us.
Cảm ơn các